Hi there, thank you for joining me on FernCrafts. I'm Christine and I welcome you to my channel. And today I wanted to do a repotting. After a very long time, I've not been able to look after my orchids for the past month or so due to some issues that I've had. So a lot of them have been very neglected, and some have suffered drastically. So especially, let's go to this one here. This is Vuyl Homespun Bright Sapphire Seduction, and this is what it's been reduced to. Hardly anything left, and it might be ready to be tossed out, but I don't give up very easily on the orchids. It's a lovely orchid that's been in bloom, and actually she's given me like 2-3 spikes in the past. Unfortunately, due to neglect and overwatering, it's just reduced down to one bulb now. So this is what we'll be repotting and trying to save this orchid. But before that, let's have a look. Let's take a look at what's in bloom. Today I have to show you the Oncidium dancing ladies that were in spike. It's one of 3 spikes, and I'm in my grow room. I'm not sure if you can hear the fan, and it's just on a timer, so it'll come on and off. But in any case, here it is. This is the Oncidium dancing ladies that I have. Beautiful. And you know what, she's not, the markings on here are not as dark as I remember them to be, so I think I might have better blooms next time. The spikes are extremely long. I'll show you. It's like over 2 feet long, and then you get that spray of flowers. Here is the plant itself there. And then there's another spike right off of here that I'll just follow up, and there she goes up into that shelf there. And then there is, of course, the 3rd spike right here that has a few blooms on there as well. So So once she's done blooming, I'm definitely going to have to repot her now, because she's literally standing right outside of her pot. If you can see, like, most of the pseudobulbs are all above the pot level, and I know she has a good root system in there as well, but it's just, I think it might be a good time to repot her. I've waited for this orchid to bloom for over 3-4 years now, so long awaited and well worth it. So there you go, folks. Oncidium dancing ladies. I don't have a label for her, but I know that's what she is. Nothing more specific. If you guys recognize her, please do let me know. Alright, so now let's go on to the repotting. Okay, so let's begin with the repotting. So again, just to show you, it had a nice set of bulbs. It had about 4 or 5 bulbs on there, but then it just rotted. I mean, not on its own. Clearly, it was overwatering and neglect on our part. So at this point, what I'm going to do is just take out all of the dead root matter and the pseudobulbs on this side. I will also be taking out this pseudobulb here. It's definitely on its way out, but it's just it's very close to the other one, so I'll have to be very careful and try and separate it. And I'm only going to be left with this one bulb. It's not in the best condition, but it is hard. It's shriveled up, but it's hard. So it's basically going to be reduced down to one bulb. It is the Vuyl Homespun Bright Sapphire Seduction. Beautiful orchid, and I hope, you know, I really wish that it hadn't come to that, but at least let me try and save what I can, right? And just to show you that this method does work, in the past I've potted up this tiny bulb here from the Bellara Marfish Howard's Dream, and that has taken root. It's in sphagnum moss, which is slightly damp, and I'm trying to let it dry out just a little bit, because you can see that the bulb is starting to discolor. This one here had just a stick, so it was just this stick right here, and now it has 1, 2, 3 canes, and this is a no-name dendrobium that is also in sphagnum moss, and it's become a little wobbly, so I'm going to be putting it a little bit more medium in there. So what we would need is a pot, a tiny pot. You don't need a very big one. This is the smallest one I have. This is my 2-inch, so I guess that would be 3-inch. It doesn't need a lot of holes on the sides and all that, because you're trying to keep the medium as moist as possible. Not wet, but just moist. And so the drainage on the bottom is sufficient. I need some sphagnum moss, a handful of it, and I'm going to be mixing in some orchid mix as well, to have an airy medium but also a moist medium with sphagnum moss. You would need hydrogen peroxide. Here the one I'm using is a 3% solution. How I will be using that is to spray down my scissors before or to sterilize my scissors, and to also use it on the orchid once I have cleaned it up. So right now what I'm going to do is cut away all of the dead material on the roots and the bulbs, and I'll probably remove this one bulb here as well, and take it down to just that one tiny bulb. So let's get on with it. And one thing just before, I had to take my gloves off because it was hindering me maneuvering the, you know, like making changes on the phone. But gloves is a good idea if you have it, because it just helps in not transferring any, you know, disease from one orchid to another if you're working with more than one orchid. So let's get started. Okay folks, pretty harsh, but there it is. It's just down to one bulb. And you know, when I was cutting the roots, I realized that there was a tiny growth right there. If I can get it to focus, which I can't. But you can see, and I may just have destroyed that. So there is chance that this will grow, so you just have to be a little patient. I'm going to start off with, sorry, it's going out of focus there. Can't get it to focus. There we go. I'll put some of the orchid mix on the bottom. And this has a whole bunch of different things in it. It's not ideal. I'm not too fond of this, but because I have it, I'm going to use it. There. Maybe a little bit more, because I want it to be sitting on something. There. Okay, and now I'm just going to put some sphagnum moss very loosely in there. And I don't want to pack it in or anything. And place my orchid. Sorry for all the movement in the camera. Okay, there. You can see. And now I need both hands, but basically what I'm going to do is just pack the moss very lightly around the pseudobulb. And the reason I put the pseudobulb in the middle is because I don't know which direction the growth is going to come out of. Am I still in frame? Yeah. Okay. And just to keep it firm, I'm pressing right around the pseudobulb, but not the pseudobulb itself, if that makes sense. So yeah. So there. That should be good enough. And I'm The most important thing in any of the repotting that you do is not to forget the label, because I have done that. And you know, if you're doing a few of them, this is okay, it's just a one, but if you're doing a few of them, then it gets very confusing as to what you have just repotted. Alright, there we go. That looks good. And there, my label goes in. And yeah, I'm not gonna move it around. This moss is damp. I had wet it and let it dry out. I mean, you know, wring it out just a little bit. So she's good to go. So hopefully, you know, I'm gonna place it with the other two, and hopefully they will do their thing. So thanks again for watching. And my tip for you for this week, it's a very small thing, but for those that are new to orchid growing, you may wonder about all these different things that we have with us. And one of the very simple, how do you say, if you don't have hydrogen peroxide solution with you handy, and you're in a pinch and you need to do a repotting or any kind of disinfecting, you can use antibacterial hand gel. And it doesn't have to be any special brand or anything like that, but just, you know, we all carry it with us. So this is one that I don't use any longer, so I just keep it with my orchids, and you know, just in my orchid toolkit, and I will use it sometimes. And I like it to use on my scissors more than the spray, because you know, it's like spilling all over the place and the gel kind of stays where you put it. So that's my tip for today. And here's the repotting that we've done. Whoops, sorry for all the shaky camera today. And yeah, I hope to see you back next week with another video. Thanks again for watching, and if you haven't done so already, do subscribe. You'll be the first to know when I upload a video. And do join us Facebook group. It's called FernCrafts Love of Orchids. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, enjoy your orchids. Bye-bye.